Yes! Hoje é mais um dia de Bia Recebe e a situação é a seguinte. Hoje eu vou entrevistar um cosplayer internacional. Hoje eu vou falar com Cumbermatch. Ele é um sósia do Benedict Cumberbatch. E ele tem mais de 1,5 milhão de seguidores no TikTok e 16 mil seguidores no Instagram. E ele começou há menos de um ano. Ele vai dar dicas pra gente para bombar na internet e contar um pouquinho sobre ele. Então, se você não é inscrito no canal, já se inscreve aqui embaixo. Não se esquece de deixar um like, que isso ajuda muito a gente aqui no canal. Que esse vídeo vai começar.
Thank you, Pete, for agreeing with this interview. I love your cosplay. I'm a fan. And I'm so sorry that we didn't see each other in CCXP Cologne.
I know. What happened there?
I don't know, didn't have that many people, so I don't know why we didn't see each other.
To crazy places.
Yeah. So tell me, when did you start cosplaying and how was this process?
I started just over a year ago. Or a bit before that, people have said that I look like Benedict Cumberbatch. That's how it all started, really. So over the last few years, people said I look like him. And I never thought much about it until I decided to buy myself a Doctor Strange costume. So I took some photos and I didn't do anything with them. And one day I just showed my workmates, I said, do you think I look like him? And they instantly said, you've got to get him on Instagram. You got to do something with this.
Were you a geek before or like?
I've always been a bit of a geek, yes, definitely. But this encouraged it more, definitely.
And people got crazy about your cosplay super fast because you really look like him.
Yes, so all these cosplayers are saying, wow, you're really good at cosplay. And at first I thought, what is cosplay? I didn't know it was. I'd never been to a Comic-Con or anything before. So I got more and more into it. My costume, I gradually sort of, I painted it. Originally it was an eBay costume. But I enhanced it myself, made it look better and better, found a good wig to wear and added the white to it. So I got more and more into the spirit of cosplay.
And are you enjoying?
Oh yes, definitely, yeah. It was a couple months later that I went to my first Comic-Con. I thought, wow, how have I never been to one of these events before?
Yeah, it's super cool. And people got crazy with you? Like in Brazil, people like would be mad.
Yes, well, being in England's a bit subdued. You know what the Brits are like.
Yeah.
but still, I'll be walking around and you can see people walking past and looking back, taking a double take. Is that him? No, it's not. But literally, the whole event, I was just walking from one end to the other, and that's all I could do because I was just being stopped every second for photographs.
Are you working as a professional cosplayer right now, or just still having fun with it?
No, just still having fun. At the moment, because of lockdown, I decided to stay at home and look after my kids. So between me and my wife, we worked out that my contract came to an end, the schools closed, and we thought, it was meant to be. So I've not worked in 5 months now.
Wow. You work at, like, taking care of 2 kids?
Well, exactly. That's my job now. It's definitely a full-time job. But it has meant I've had a little bit more time to think about cosplay and particularly TikToks.
Yes, because you're huge on TikTok. Like, I started following you, I don't know, last year, I guess. And like, you have like 1,040,000 followers, like so many.
1.5 million followers now. I can't believe it.
God, how that worked, how that started. What happened?
Well, just for being on Instagram, it all started really on Instagram. When I started out over a year ago, I opened an Instagram account, Facebook, and Twitter. And Instagram's been my main place, really. And somebody on there said, you should try TikTok. I'd never heard of TikTok either. In the space of a few months, I'd learned a lot. And I thought, okay, I checked it out and I just gave it a go. And I haven't stopped since.
You got viral there. How was it? Like, how you felt about it? Because like probably was one day to another, like you fell asleep and the other day have like thousands of people watching you.
It all happened so quickly, and I've never had a chance to process it really.
Right, love,
How your kids feel about you being Doctor Strange?
I don't know. They're still quite young, really.
How old are they?
5 and 7. Yeah, they didn't really know him before I started wearing the costume, and I generally only do it at night time. So when they're in bed, I will film my TikToks and do my photos for Instagram. So they don't see much of it really.
Have you think about taking them to a convention?
I have done.
And
yes.
how was it?
They came to the very first one actually.
How they felt about it?
My oldest son, he was dressed as Black Panther, and the youngest was the Flash. So we made costumes for them as well. And my sister came along with me, and they were holding my hand, and my oldest son was pulling on my cloak, and he goes, Daddy, why are they all taking photos of you and not me? he was a bit upset about that.
It's good for me to know, because I'm gonna take my nephews next year, probably when conventions come back to Brazil. I'll be going there, and I will take them, because now they are like crazy about Avengers, and the younger one is about Disney princess, and I'm like the cool auntie that knows all of them. It's good to know that they want to be upset that people are going to be taking pictures of me.
Yeah, and it was difficult because I couldn't really spend much time with them because I was just being stopped all the time. So the next one I went to my own, and we have been together again as a family right at the start of this year. It was pretty much the last Comic-Con in London before lockdown happened. But my oldest son, he went as Doctor Strange. I made him a costume. So they're getting into it.
Yeah, that's so cool. They are already starting to be a cosplayer. But let's talk again about TikTok. How, like, you still don't think that have like 1.5 million people following you there?
I don't think much about it really. I think that the thing is, a lot of those probably think that I'm Benedict Cumberbatch. So they've just seen, oh, it's Benedict, let's just follow him. So every time I release a TikTok, I feel like I'm really having to work for it.
Are you normally, like, people stop you to say that you look like him?
Not often, actually, no. I think it's more when I put on the cosplay.
Because I've been stopped, like, all around the world telling me that I look like Kristen Dunst in Spider-Man movie, like in Disney World in Orlando, like the green, I don't know the name in English, the villain, he kidnapped me, and Spider-Man, like the actor, I was in the line to take picture with Spider-Man, and the people start screaming that I was there, and everybody say, oh my God, it's Mary Jane, and the actor like did that on the side, like to check what is happening. And I was like, no, it's just me. Like, no.
That's never happened to me.
People are going to start doing that. It's super crazy. But when you go to Brazil, people will do that because we Brazilians, we don't have that space that British have. Space between people, Brazilians, that doesn't exist.
I have a lot of Brazilian fans, yes.
A lot. Like when I told a few people, like only my friends, like, oh, I'll be interviewing him, and they go, oh my God, he's so great, I love him. So you should go to Brazil. So do you have any tips for new TikTokers, like to go viral like you? Yes.
I think the key thing is that the sounds, the music. I mean, unless you come up with something completely original and really funny, it's difficult for people to get noticed and to get likes and follows. But keeping up with the latest trends, the latest sounds, newest songs, that really helps boost your likes and followers. And I think the reason for that is that, you know, they're probably playing TikTok. They're probably paying TikTok to get a certain number of views and get their music out there. So it makes sense for TikTok to show more videos with those sounds. So make sure you jump on board with those and just have fun. The most important thing is you have fun doing it. I chat with a lot of people that are on TikTok, and they all go through a phase where they're depressed and sad that they're not getting as many likes as they used to or expecting, because you had this algorithm that everyone talks about that decides what gets shown to who, and that changes all the time, and so your views are up and down. But it's the same for everyone, and if you just make sure that doesn't get you down, you'll find that every now and again something does go through the roof and get more likes and views than you're expecting.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like I'm the depressed time right now because my videos just stopped to have all the views that we used to, and I was like,
yeah,
okay.
I'm the same.
So.
You know, I've got one at the moment that I would call viral. It's nearly got 700,000 likes now.
Wow.
And it's one of me doing a contour tutorial, how to contour like Doctor Strange. I'm putting my makeup on, so I'm putting some dirt on my face and a bit of blood on it. And I thought nothing of it. I didn't think it was great, but now it's got 700,000 likes, and you can see as it moves around the world that the comments change language.
Yeah, that's super crazy. And people like start to say in another language and need to translate to check it out, like what this person is saying.
I think there must be some kind of manual process with the company TikTok that they do have their regional areas, regional managers, and they probably decide let's push this one into South America now, and suddenly I'm getting all these Spanish and Brazilian comments.
I think when somebody send the video to another person or save or duet, it starts to get that attention like for these people. I have one video that only have Spanish comments, and I don't know how this started. Just have like all Spanish, and I have a lot of Spanish speakers people there because it was from Central America. They have some Spain here too, and whatever. And I was like, how that happened? Like, and yeah, I don't know. Just I'm grateful. So they can send for anyone that they want. At least they show my videos, please. And as we said before, you have a lot of Brazilian fans. Do you want to send them some message?
Oh, thank you all so much for all your support, your comments and messages. It really helps a lot. It motivates me to produce more and more content for you. And well, Doctor Strange has been put back another year, so you've definitely got me around for quite some time now.
And maybe soon you're gonna have a new cosplayer from the new movie. So.
Oh yes. Well, I've got a new costume at the moment, which is it's kind of my own style. It's a costume designer made it for me, and it's not like the movie costume. It's quite a bit different, which I kind of like that. I've got a costume that it doesn't match a movie, but you can tell it's Doctor Strange. But yes, who knows, when the next movie comes out, maybe I'll get another one.
We're gonna be super happy.
It's very difficult as a lookalike to produce different and new content all the time. I mean, as a sort of standard cosplayer who's doing all these different characters, I choose to stick to Benedict Cumberbatch characters because I look like him.
Because if you do another like actor or whatever, people will say, "Oh, look like Benedict." Like, you should do that. And it's like, I already do. I'm trying to change.
Yeah. I'll stick with him for a while. Look, I have done already. So I had a company contact me not so long ago asking if I would do a TikTok for the game Borderlands on the Nintendo Switch. And the brief there was to be a character from Borderlands. So I thought, yeah, why not? You're paying me to do it. Let's prove to people that I am actually a cosplayer. Yes,
that's really good.
I made the costume in in a day. I made the costume and did the makeup, made a load of TikToks and Instagram posts for it as well. I really enjoyed that. So I will do that again.
Super excited to see it. Thank you so much for agreeing with this interview. All his social media is gonna be here, so follow him. He's amazing, really amazing, and he's super nice. Like, it's really hard to famous cosplayer. You're already famous cosplayer. A famous cosplayer to be nice around the world. So thank you so much for being nice.
My pleasure, thank you.
Então, se vocês curtiram, curte aqui embaixo. Não se esquece de se inscrever aqui no canal. Eu também tô no Facebook e no Instagram e no TikTok com Bia Contursi e no Twitter com Bia Contursi. Beijo. Tchau.